Hello and welcome to day 5 of Vlogmas. Today I've sort of backed into a feature that Shawn the Book Maniac does on his channel sporadically. It's the In Other Words little thing where he goes through words, idioms, phrases that he's sort of picked up in his reading over whatever amount of time. And so I've sort of backed into this because I was reading Thomas Cromwell, A Revolutionary Life. Still am and still will be for a while. And I came upon this little clip here, which Thomas Cromwell's gotten into power, and he's talking about how he doesn't actually take that many bribes in comparison to a lot of his contemporaries. And here's the little bit that just caught my attention. Presents, of course, were always acceptable. They oiled the wheels of early modern government, particularly if offered with a little self-depreciating joke, such as that of the Bishop of Ely, Bishop West of Ely in March 1533, who, in regretting that he could not do a requested favour, sent Cromwell a poor token of St Audrey, founder saint of his cathedral, from whose proverbial down-market fare our word tawdry derives. And I was thinking, oh, the word tawdry derives from a saint, St Audrey. And so this sent me down a little rabbit hole. So, just quick up front. So tawdry is defined as a cheap and gaudy in appearance or quality, also ignoble. This is the tawdry version of my Vlogmas videos. And it was first actually used in 1655, so sort of after this point. But, so St Audrey is sort of the more kind of common usage of St Ethelred, who was a queen of Northumbria, who she renounced her husband and her royal position for the veil of nun. And she was renowned for her saintlessness. And she's traditionally thought to have died because of a swelling of the throat, like throat cancer or something like that, which she reportedly, legend says, attributed to the fact that her inordinate fondness for wearing necklaces as a young woman. So she was thus punished for this by getting throat cancer and dying. Now, what happened is where she was buried. We have the whole kind of the saint stuff of when she was fleeing from her husband, who wanted to him to actually stay married to her and to actually renounce her vow of eternal chastity. She fell asleep with her planted her staff, and it grew into a tree. And then 16 years after she died, they disinterred her body to rebury it near what was that church of Ely at the time. And the body was uncorrupted, and the coffin had that, and her clothes, and the coffin had miraculous powers of some sort, probably healing and something like that. So she gets relocated a couple of times, and there's a fair grows up around her. And at this fair, people of devotional thing would buy lace, kind of to lace to cover themselves, lace kind of for modest appearance. And this was called St Audrey's lace, which ended up getting got shortened to tawdry lace. Now, apparently, in about the 17th century, you have a lot of the Puritans around, and them looking at any extravagant coverings and stuff like that as being something that's cheap or ignoble. So you ended up with the adjective tawdry out of all of that. So yeah, that was just a little rabbit hole that I went down to on this one word, and just learning about St Ethelred, St Audrey. So yeah, this was just a little fun rabbit hole I thought I'd take you down on, just one little sentence in a book where you can learn interesting things, like that the word tawdry comes from a saint. So next time you're feeling tawdry, or you're thinking, oh, what a tawdry affair that is, you can think of poor Saint Ethelred and how she is dispersed into the culture. We can never particularly control how history might remember us or use us in that way. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. More videos later.